All right, so let's start with where we stopped in the last class. The first thing, again, if you're having doubt on how to transfer the files from FileZilla, go to the virtual machine. In the virtual machine, oh, let's start the virtual machine, right? And open FileZilla. After opening FileZilla, this is the place where you should be typing your this thing, right? Here you are going to type the IP and you should write SFTP colon slash slash secure file transfer protocol SFTP. Then the username is Cloudera and the password is Cloudera. That's what you should type. So wait for the thing to come up, and after that what you do is find out the IP. Find out the IP, and the IP is available by taking the mouse here, and you see here it is 10.1.10.157. Okay, normally it will be the same. If you have done it in the last class, it will be exactly the same, 10.1.10.157. So that's the IP, right? And if you are not getting any number, you can also try by opening a terminal, right? So and in any of the Mac based operating systems, if you type ipconfig or ifconfig, okay, in Windows it is ipconfig. If you type ifconfig, it will tell you your Mac's IP. So if you are coming down, look at this. What's the IP here? If you come a little bit down, look at that. 10.1.10.234 is the IP. And similarly, if you come to the Cloudera, the IP is 10.1.10.157. So what I'm going to do is just to go to this particular place where you are seeing this one, right? And then type SFTP and then slash slash 10.1.10.157. The username that you should type is Cloudera, right? So type Cloudera there, and then password is also Cloudera, right? And then click on Quick Connect. If the virtual machine is up, it will ask you whether you trust or not. Just go and click on yeah, OK, and you will see whatever is there on the right hand side. And this is what you should be copying to your left hand side at the end of the work, right? If by any chance you are not getting an IP when you are clicking on this third icon here, what you can do is open a terminal, and on the terminal you type ipconfig. Then you will be seeing the ifconfig for Linux. Ifconfig, you will see that 10.1.10.57 here as well. So either here, the third icon, or ifconfig. Use this IP to connect it. Now, coming back to the last class, what we have done is we have created a output, and we created the part dash r dash 00000, which is a copy of the HDFS file to local. So if you look inside that, you can see that word comma 0 and then all the results are there. And then when we were running the word cloud, we got an error. So let's see what was the error. Look, the error was very simple. The word W is capital, but in the code that I have given, it is lowercase. That's the only problem. So what we are going to do is you go to that R file. Where is that R file? So inside that R, I think, no, where is the, there are 3 files that we have copied in the last class. I'm not seeing that here. Okay, CD analytics MR, and then if you look at LS, No, there are three files that I told you to copy, and again, let me show you. Go to the Cloudera, and then if you are going to foroursun.com, foroursun.com/passion, and inside the passion, it was November 4, and remember there were 4 files. Vasavicount.java is the program that we have executed, and then there is cloud.r and ravi.r. What you need to do is just to save these files, and then cloud.r save this particular file, and then what I'm going to do is go back to your window, and in your window just copy it to your home folder. Okay, maybe you can create a directory by typing mkdir r reference and then cd r reference, and then move the files from the downloads directory star.r, that means all r file, to dot, and you can see cloud.r is there. And then what was the other file? It was ravi.r. Okay, yeah, ravi.r. It's capital R, that is why it didn't copy. So if you are moving it here, then you will have all the files inside this. Okay, so vi ravi.r and vi ravi.r, and inside that I told you that you will be using all the packages if you want to run it. So right click, copy, and then open another terminal, because I want to copy it from the other file, so I will reserve that terminal for doing the copy and all. You can see in the background that other terminal is there, and then type RStudio, because if everything is installed, RStudio will be opening, right? And then do not update at all. If you update, it will not work. Okay, and then do the Control V, which is copying all the installed packages, and let it install all the packages. While it is installing all the packages, you can go back to the other window where we kept this file, and come to only first few lines I have copied. How many lines I copied? Up to this particular one. Look, install and using that library. I did not copy any code. Why? The code is inside vi cloud.r. Okay, so ravi.r is containing only some first 8 or 9 lines, and then go to vi cloud.r, and then you copy this particular one. So let us do it one by one, and you see here this was the mistake. The W was lowercase. So what I'm going to do permanently, I am going to change it. Why? Because in your code you used the capital letter, but here you did not use the capital letter and you used the lowercase. So I'm changing that one. Now I'm copying this file, right? And right click, copy. And after copying, come back to RStudio. All right, everything seems to be okay, and then Control V. What it will do? I am telling R to open the file chooser window, and I'm going to open the file chooser window and select the part-r-00000 that you copied from HDFS to local. You cannot connect to HDFS, remember. You have to copy from HDFS to your local and click open. Okay, and make sure everything is working. How will you make sure everything is working? At this particular point where you have copied, this is the file chooser window, just look at the variable name. My data is the variable name. So this is the variable name. My data is the variable name. So just type that my data here, then you will see if everything is okay. Exactly what you had is getting there as the result. So that word, and it will be escaping the other characters, and then the comma will be removed off because you are reading as a CSV file, and then you have got all the 3 words. Once you reach this particular situation, then you copy the remaining lines. And don't ask what are these lines. This is nothing but R language. So right click, copy, and if you learn R, then you will understand what these things are doing. And then let us paste that lines and press enter. You should be getting the beautiful word count. And that word count, little and twinkle are of the same size. Why? Because they are of the same count. Little is 2 times and twinkle is of 2 times. But star is, I think it is 1. That is why it is small. Right? Now, what I can do is to show you the beauty of this analytical platform. What I'm going to do is that if you remember, in the analytics MR, I'm going back to the analytics MR, right? And then CD analytics MR, we had our program, correct? And in that program, we just created that input.txt, which is very, very small. I want to now work on a big file. For that, I am giving you a sample file that is there in your MapReduce reference. So what I'm going to do is cp, and from the home directory, the MapReduce reference, and inside that you know that there is a concepts1 directory, and there is a gpo access.txt inside the MapReduce reference. I am bringing it here. Don't do move. Move means it will be moved from the directory. That is a reference. I don't want to move it from there. That's why I'm doing the copy, so that you can reuse it at a later point of time. And now let us look at ls. You will see that GPU access.txt is there. And I am removing that input.txt because I don't need that input.txt anymore. And if you look at the directory structure now I have got all these files. I don't need to run the MapReduce, I don't need to compile the MapReduce again. It is already compiled and it is there in the dist directory. What I need to do is this GPU access.txt instead of input.txt, I have to put it into a Hadoop directory for my MapReduce to get executed. So today is November 10th. So what I'm going to do is that Hadoop fs minus mkdir nov 10. Right, I am going to create the directory in Hadoop, and then I am going to put gpu access.txt because Hadoop cannot work if you don't have the input file. Then Hadoop fs minus put gpu access.txt to November 10 directory, so that my input file is gpu access.txt. And after you are doing this, what you can do is you can start running your MapReduce, and you can get an output, and then you can run your code and create a word cloud out of that, right? And if you want to see how that will look like, is just go to any place and then type online word count, word cloud, word cloud, and then if you type online word cloud, free online word cloud generator, you will see, right? If you are not, if you want to see what is the power of this word count program, and then what you can do is you can upload a particular file, and then is there an upload? No. Open the text file is there, and what I'm going to do is that in my MapReduce reference inside Cloudera, in the analytics MR, I have got the MapReduce directory, right? Sorry, the GPU access.txt. So analytics MR, GPU access.txt, click on open, and then it will create a word cloud. It should create a word cloud for you. After upload, and then what is it? Where is this one? Size? I don't know why the size is not coming. Start now. Yeah. No, not start now. I think it is going to some other site. Let's look at another site, wordart.com, word cloud art generator. Create now. And is there anything that I can do? Yeah. Visualize, and is there a file word art? Okay, add import, and import your text here, or use the CSV file. Okay, input your text here. So I'm just going here into this directory, and vi gpo access.txt, and then just to copy, let us say, some lines from this, right? Just some lines, just for the experiment. Let us see how it works. Control C, sorry, cancel, and then right click, copy, and then come back to this word art, and then paste the text here, paste, and import words. Wait, it is not refreshing. Options, visualize, redo, no, animate, no, edit, no, print. Import, have order, share, download, privacy, no, animate, visualize. Yeah. So you can see that it is creating the word count from the text file that you created, and when you create it, it will become little bit more better. What you can understand from this word cloud, look at that economy, recession, good American, all this homeland security, everything is coming. And if you get the full word cloud of that GPU access.txt, you will see the words like terrorism and all are coming a lot. And terrorism will be biggest. Why? Because that GPU access.txt is George Bush's speech in 2012 after that 9/11 attacks and all those kind of things, right? So the hot topic at that particular time was about, security, homeland, and all those kind of things. So by looking at that word cloud, now you know what was the hot topic. So imagine Twitter feeds or Facebook feeds, you are creating a word cloud. You can create what is trending now, and you can also filter within 25 to 35 years of old people what is trending now, or 35 to 50 what is trending now. That is the advantage of word cloud. So this is the end-to-end example showing how your MapReduce is helping you to bring value or analytics out of raw data. You got raw data, right? And that raw data might be coming from lot of sources, so many sources. And then you wrote your MapReduce program, and then you created the word cloud out of it. And you used an analytical tool. So the flow that we have done is that the raw file has gone through ingestion, and from the ingestion you run your big data Hadoop based analytics, and from there you created the output, and that output you fed it into R, which is an analytical tool, and then the data science people created the output. That's the complete flow. In any organization, whenever you are learning Hadoop and you are getting perfect with Hadoop, this is what is bringing the value. This is what is creating the output and finally bringing you the results, right? So anything that can be done. Now the ingestion mechanism can be many. We will learn so many different types of ingestion mechanisms in different topics and all. But in a nutshell, this is what big data is providing you. And for ingestion, you may use ab initio, you may use Scoop, you may use Flume. All these are the tools that are available. And then you will be bringing the big data and you will create the output. Where this output can be. Today, in this example, you created the output in part-r-00000, and then you moved it to local, right? That is little bit, clumsy, that where you need a manual work or some automated fashion, you have to copy the data from Hadoop back to local and all. Instead, in the future, what we will do, that output will directly go to either Hive or HBase, and then your reporting like Tableau or R or SAS or machine learning, all these kind of tools will connect to that and will create that particular output. That's how big data is used in practice. Got it? So all these are the different tools. So first let us do this before, because I don't think that anyone